So my youngest daughter, Raelynn, has Spastic Quadriplegic Cerebral Palsy. So I want to talk about what that is and what kind of treatments she gets because of that. Ready to go? Let's go to PT. So Spastic Quadriplegic Cerebral Palsy is a form of cerebral palsy in which the person doesn't have any control or limited control of their four limbs, and also has the same characteristic spastic movements or jerky movements that is characterized by a lot of other cerebral palsy as well. And because of that, she needs to get physical therapy, which is where we're going right now. So, how did she get it? Well, it's something that she's born with. It's not something that she came down with like an illness or something like that. And 70% of people with cerebral palsy had some kind of brain damage, possibly while they were in utero or while they were being born. But in Raelynn's case, it's probably something that she has in her genes, something she inherited from her parents. So spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy, I just read on cerebralpalsyguidance.com, is actually the most severe form of cerebral palsy. Not that it's a competition at all. You win, Raelynn. But it just means that her cerebral palsy affects all four of her limbs and that she's basically paralyzed. She has no control over her limbs in any meaningful way. But I actually just learned also that the spastic part means that her muscle tone is really good, which makes sense because I've always thought that Raelynn is really strong. If you feel her muscles, those muscles are strong. Isn't that right? You got some strong muscles. Yeah. You got strong muscles. You sure do. Raelynn, you're doing so good. Oh, you stopped smiling as soon as I started recording. Raelynn. There it is. There it is, a little bit. Come on. Now we're all stretched and loosey-goosey and ready to go home. So you might wonder why it's important for kids like Raelynn to get physical therapy when there's probably not much of a chance that she's actually going to walk. Well, the answer is physical therapy is going to help her have improved range of motion, and that's going to make it a lot easier for us to take care of her long term. So for example, when Raelynn needs to get her clothes on and off, or when she needs to get in her wheelchair, for example, she needs a degree of flexibility or else it becomes much harder for us to help her do these things. So physical therapy actually helps us to take care of her better. Are you smiling back there, Raelynn? Are you smiling? Yeah, I can tell you're smiling. That's a good smile. So in addition to physical therapy being important for people who have quadriplegia, it's also important that she gets it because she's spastic. Like her limbs just want to be rigid and constricted like this. But when she gets physical therapy, she gets much looser, and that's just gonna feel much more comfortable too. So right now she's kind of happy, she feels good. She doesn't always like physical therapy while she's doing it, but it does help her feel better. Did you like your physical therapist? Huh? She was nice. She did a good job, huh? So in addition to physical therapy, she also gets things like occupational therapy and speech therapy and medication. And all of these things can help with her, general day-to-day functioning. Medication, for example, if she gets gabapentin, tizanidine, these things can help loosen her muscles, they're muscle relaxants, so that she doesn't have as much pain or discomfort, just as we do general day-to-day tasks. Kind of takes the edge off. You're in a good mood. She's in a good mood. And that's really the message that I want to give out. Even though she has things like spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy, there's always hope, there's always joy, there's always contentment in life. No matter what situation you find yourself in, it's not the end of the world. Always have hope. Even though Raelynn can't do everything, none of us can do everything. We all need to rely on other people. She just has to rely on us just a little bit more. And that's fine. We're happy to do that for her. So I just want you to know there's always hope, even when life seems hopeless. Hey, if you want to learn more about cerebral palsy, click the video below me. It talks about Raelynn's lifespan, expected life expectancy with cerebral palsy. God bless you. We'll see you again next time.